Yay!
Woo!
Everybody! All right,
Yay!
guys. You know, of course, we couldn't start on time because with Google Plus, something always goes wrong. There is just no doubt about it. I think I'll
Yeah.
have to make it at 10 to whatever next time, like 10 to 12, just so that we get started because it never
I
fails. All right,
I know.
guys.
Well,
So,
it was my fault this time. So
oh yeah, but it's usually me, so it's okay. It's okay if it's you this time. All right, so I'm just gonna run down, guys. The stuff that we're gonna go over real quick. We're gonna do an opening prayer, affirmation, whatever you want to call it, message. We're going to talk about what is a twin flame. Marion's going to talk about 10 signs of how you know you're in a twin flame relationship. Then we're going to talk about the work that you guys, for some of you, we're going to do some work to clear the way to bring someone into your life. So we're going to see if anybody wants to make any comments and jump in there and talk about that. I'm going to talk about the 2 books that I recommend for if you want to do more work on yourself so that you can have better relationships. And then I'll do, I have a little, so I'm going to do also, Elizabeth Crowley's also really good with twin flames, and she did a little video that I'll put a link up later, and I'll go over that about twin flames from a book that she recommended. Then we'll close out with the spell, and then we're going to tell you who we tithe to today, who we're going to tithe to. So, all right, so I'm so excited, guys. All right, so let me get started. Now, I just want to say that, okay, I have been wanting to do kind of like a channel writing for a while now. And I finally, yesterday, just for you guys, I pushed past a lot of fears and a lot of doubts, and I decided to I did a great meditation with everybody, with all of you in mind, all of you. And I right afterwards, I said, okay, I'm just going to run to the table and I'm going to write. I want a message just for my gals. I want a message just for this group of, ladies. And this is what I got. So now the pen, of course, was running out of ink. So hopefully I'll be able to say this so that you guys can smoothly. Okay? And it says, look within to find your true love. It is there that you will find what you seek. They are there waiting for you to discover that the answers you seek, the sacred love you so desire, begins with loving yourself, dear ones. For once you truly learn your worth, how precious you are, embrace yourself, then it is time for the one you seek. Then your soul will beckon your one true love. First, you must heal from old hurts, old wounds. Cut the cords of loss, betrayal, sadness. Then you can truly call in a love to heal, a love for all ages through all times. For is that not what a twin flame is? What true love is? Trust yourself. Believe that you are strong enough, woman enough, to handle what comes your way in the future. No one can determine your future and your relationships, only that you can control you. And you can stand tall even when life and partners let you down. Because life is not living in hiding behind walls. Stretch your wings, fly, and if you falter, we will catch you. But above all else, live, be alive, take a chance, be daring, don't hold back, dare to believe. Okay, guys, so I hope that this was just for you.
Amazing,
I
amazing.
know.
I love it. I love it for me. Are you kidding? I'm so excited.
I know. I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I actually had to go back and read over it, and I was just like, oh my God. Oh, you know what? Do we have a way to check for comments? Because for some reason I can never see comments on here.
Actually, I'm getting into that right now.
You know what? Do we have a way to check for comments? Because
yes.
For some reason I can never see comments on here.
Okay, let me see. All righty, we've got Spirit Fingers 186. She got in. Sylvie 0319. We have CTL Vasquez. Taz Major's here in the house. We have Per Boogaloo, Kiera 843.
Oh my God.
Hi guys. Let's see.
Wow, I
Let
can't
me go.
believe you guys all
Oh my
made it.
gosh, it's just like, I love it. I love
I
our
can't believe it. So many.
energy.
Oh my gosh. That is so awesome.
Tony's
So,
here. We got
wow, that's
Tony,
crazy.
Angel Eyes, and Noreen Murphy. So yay, guys. So
Yes.
glad you guys are all here.
Really, I can't believe it. I can't believe it because you know that there's so. I didn't think that any of the people who the actual ceremony was for would be able to get on.
I
So
know.
I'm that we even have this many viewers at the get-go. I mean, I'm looking at 15 viewers already. So I'm gonna keep going with the flow, but I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek at what it looks like, what the altar looks like, okay? And I got your candles going right before this. And I also did, just for you guys, 4 o'clock in the morning, I did a meditation for you guys. And, you know, and I hope that you felt it. I was sending out pink, 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 and I have my pink necklace on. That's my nod to pink today. And then I set this up for you. So, of course, it's a laptop, guys. So you can't do Google Plus Hangouts pretty much on anything else. So I'm going to try to show this to you. There's my crystal grid for you guys. Now, I don't work with rose quartz. I'm sorry. I know that that's typical for love. But look at that, guys. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? And I work with amethyst, so that's what's on here. This is the mirror that we're going to be doing the spell with. And I have Oshun's fan back there. And so I want you guys to be thinking about who represents love to you. Is it Quan Yin? Is it Venus? Is it Aphrodite? Is it Ochun? And just try to bring those feminine energies in. Oh, and I didn't show you my little poppets on there too, my little love poppet. Woo, from Lisa. All right, so
I got 2 more shout outs, and I want to show who's for me is Twin Flame. Oh my gosh, we have Mama Stash is in the house. Here's my Twin Flame. Yes, yes, yes. I've got it right next to me. I've got Bella's joined us. Bella Ducati 888.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, we have Heather D. We have wait, I saw somebody else too that I'm not familiar with. So we've got some new people joining us that I haven't met before, so this is great. If I could get down.
Welcome, 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 you guys. I'm glad that you're here. This is going to be full of a lot of energy and just love and romance and you know, just coming up with things to work on if you want to bring that into your life. And so what I thought we could talk about is, and maybe you could start off, you know, what is a twin flame? Because I know a lot of people don't know what that is.
Okay. Twin flames is a spiritual, romantic relationship. It's not just the chemistry, you know, passion, physical type of thing. Twin flames go much deeper, much farther back. They have a purpose. Twin flame relationships bring a purpose. And right now, what's happened in this time and era, the reason why twin flames all of a sudden is like the new thing. Yeah. Well, how come it just got invented? Well, no, I mean, you know, we go back with our twin flames to the beginning of the inception of your soul. So beginning of time, okay, when God spoke the word or universe was started. The thing is that because of the energies of ascension, because of all of these higher energies of love, the 5th dimension that we're working with, we have specifically chosen to come to this life with our twin flame here in this world so that we can create something even better. Because our relationships with twin flames have a purpose, that there is something that only when the two of us get together, that the energies that are created, it's not a 1 and 1 equals 2 type of thing. It's 1 and 1 equals infinity, okay? That's how major the energies are. So that is why sometimes the twin flames are not all ha 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 lolly lolly type of relationships. Okay, don't get mistaken. It's not all roses and, you know, happy days, because what we're here to do in twin flames is to push each other, to expand, to be our true authentic selves. So if we are in our little comfort zone and here comes our twin flame saying, oh, well, you need to get out there and voice and do something new, and pushing you to start a new business or to go into spiritual areas, astral projections, find out about whatever it is that, find new spells if you're a pagan and a witch, and just new ways of doing things. So they're really here to, start shoving us from behind, going, go honey, we got faith in you, go on. It's all with love. But if you're not ready to take those little baby steps forward to move forward, then that's where the conflict comes into place. So that leads to the next thing. How and why do you meet your twin flame? Well, you need to be spiritually in a place of centeredness and balance within yourself. You really got to do the inner work. You have to be balanced. A lot of people now say, oh, the ego, you got to get rid of it. No. We're physical beings. The ego is part of us. We cannot get rid of it. But we have to learn how to balance our ego realities and understand that those are illusions, and allow inner source to guide us and to create that symmetry and that synergy of the ego, because we are physical and are spiritual, so that it manifests out into the world. So what we were going to talk about is some of the things that I know, Debbie, you've done a lot of the romantic readings.
Yeah, I was just going to say real quick.
So I want to see, like, what are some of the things that you have noticed in your readings that are like, oh, he's coming out. I know, and you know. So let's go with those.
Well, definitely. Okay, for twin flames, the readings that I've done that are legitimate twin flame relationships. One of the things that I run across a lot is that there's, of course, a lot of synchronicities. I mean, so crazy, where you're just like, if you were to try to explain to somebody the synchronicities that you have with your twin flame, that people would think that you were reaching, that you were kind of like, oh yeah, sure, that there can't be that many synchronicities. And then when you break it down, it boggles your mind. It's like, oh my God, it's crazy. And then the other thing that I do notice is that how you were saying that we have to be ready, to be in a twin flame relationship. And what I find is almost always the men are not ready. They're not in the place, and you gals, because I've done readings for a lot of girls who are in a twin flame relationship, and the men are so difficult. They're like in fight or flight. Like, they're just so overwhelmed, the men, that they're ready to just take off. Like, they just can't handle being in a twin flame relationship. It's overwhelming and it's too much for them. So that's definitely the two earmarks of a twin flame relationship when I do readings.
Well, one of the things that let's go over. I made a little list. You know me, I'm always with my lists and things. So let's review my little list of characteristics of a twin flame. First of all, there's a special sacredness. And it's like nothing you've ever experienced before. It's at the soul level. So what does that mean? It means that there is unconditional love there. It's not like, well, I'm going to do this for him, if he does this for me. Like, oh, I'm going to hold back, and I'm just not going to be my loving self just yet. I'm going to be the hard to get. It doesn't work that way. Those little games that you all kind of, we all do with, men, it's not going to happen. It doesn't come from you if you're in a true flame relationship. Other thing is, there may be karma that you got to go through. What of karma from previous lives. Something you've brought over that you agreed that you're going to work on in this life to get over, so that you can be with your twin flame. One of Sylvia's questioning is like, okay, well, once we learn the lessons, is that the end of the relationship? I'm like, well, you never stop learning lessons. So it's just a progression on the spiral ladder. Remember, your lessons keep coming around, but at higher levels. So we never end. If we did, then nothing would exist. We would be nothing. We would be done. Okay, God, we're done. Okay, we'll all go to heaven or wherever. You know, we just disappear into nothingness. So we are always lessons to learn, always room for expansion and growth, always. So your twin flame relationships can progressively join and go with you. That's the beauty. And you know, God's, we don't know what the divine plan is. We just know that we're on the path and we just kind of go with our intuition. The other thing is that you don't feel that competition between the two of you. Like you don't feel like you're, you know, oh, well, he got the promotion, so now I got to go get a promotion at work, or I got to one up. There's no one-upmanship, okay? And you don't have to pretend to be someone you're not.
That's the one.
Okay, authentic self. That is what is going to create the relationship and really allow it to blossom. And you have a sense, what we talked about before, there's a sense of purpose to this relationship. As your energies come together, you will create something new. Each of you, as balanced human beings and balanced spiritual beings, when you come together, you're creating the sense of oneness and unity, which is really important because that is that exponential energy. That's where it comes from. And let's see, the last thing, always. You meet them unexpectedly in the weirdest circumstances.
Right. Hold on.
Okay, we got Debbie and the dogs. They're probably wanting to eat some cat or something. So yeah, so we have this synchronistic events that bring you together that you think, this is the weirdest thing. How could this have happened? Well, hello, part of the divine plan. It was meant to be. So that is one of the key things. Synchronistic, unexpected, like you bump into them in the sidewalk, or you get into the same cab, or you know, I don't know, you meet at the grocery store, something like weird, nothing like, you know, it's going to be out of the ordinary normally from what you do on a day-to-day. It's going to be unexpected. You're not going to be looking for it. It's just going to happen.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so one of the things, too, that, you know, looking into it and doing some research, too, is how you were saying that when you come together with your partner and you're fully committed in a twin flame relationship, you were saying how it goes from one person's energy, and then you say, oh, it's one more person's energy, it's two, and it's not. It really becomes exponential, like, because you two are supposed to work together in this way. And what happens is when you synchronize yourselves, it's healing for the earth. It's healing for ascension. It's healing for the earth, for healing for earth. And a lot of people don't know that. And it's also just brings us, it helps to bring, it's like a chain of events where it helps to bring everybody higher up. And it's like the ultimate vibration, you know. And I think that was one of the things that I found really amazing, and that two people can really just be like 30 or 40 or 50 people when a twin flame relationship, when they're together. And so so one of the things that I wanted to talk about is that on the full moon, we were going to see, and I gave some homework to some people, some ladies, on, you know, what did you have to do to start clearing the way. And if anybody wants to leave a comment, and you can, you know, say what it is. But, you know, one of the big things is that, especially as far as relationships, is that you have to forgive your last partners or your past men in your previous relationships, because then what you do is, if you don't forgive them, like literally, legitimately, you know, really say to yourself and cut those cords and ask Archangel Michael to cut those cords, then what you're going to do is the next guy in line, the next person who comes into your life, he's going to pay the price for everybody else and all the other men who have hurt you, who have done you wrong. You know, you're not going to come into it 100%. You're going to come in guarded. You're going to come in jaded. You're going to come in, you know, not open. And then not only on top of that, but you're also going to look for the characteristics of your last partners who did you wrong. And so this poor guy never stood a chance. He never stood a chance because you're painting a brush from other men, and you're painting the same picture, and you're expecting the worst. And so what happens? You expect the worst. You expect him to do the same things that the other guys did to you, and you throw that out in the universe, and that's exactly what you get back. Because you're doubting, because you're afraid, because you don't want to get hurt, you're putting all these negative thoughts into play, and the universe is saying, oh, okay, well, you know, she keeps talking about this, about how she always has, you know, she always gets the same guy, and it's always a guy who's a cheater. So we're gonna give her that because that's what she wants. That's right. That's just what she keeps talking about. And so, you know, you're really just kind of like shooting yourself in the foot. And so now there's two books that I've heard from early on, and Marion reminded me again of it, that you can use to really work on yourself. And she was telling me that this one is like you're working your ass off in this book. And it's there's two of them. Is it Calling in the One? Right. And somebody else, I had other people, other women recommend this book to me, and it's a workbook. Now, I haven't actually seen it. I ordered it, and it'll be coming in. And I think you have to do like journaling, you have to do meditation, you have to do grounding, like you have to do a lot of work. You have to, you know, go back and you have to answer some hard questions. And you know what? There's nobody else who's going to do it for you. So if it's hard, I was going to say something bad, but if it's hard, too bad. Well, I was going to say an old saying that I haven't heard in forever. It just was like, okay, not going to go there. And then the other book that's really good, that's not as much of a workbook, because the first one is like, it's a workbook, okay, is Choosing Me Before We. And so both of these books, you know, I'll put the links later on, but both of these books are really for women, mostly made for women, and for you to work on yourself, because you cannot enter a relationship, twin flame or otherwise, and have somebody, a good man, come into your life if you're not set with yourself and you haven't taken care of some business yourself. And so, and that's why, you know, I was telling people at the full moon, so that when we come into the new moon and you want to plant those new seeds and you want to bring something new into your life, you know, you can't just, you know, light a candle and be like, okay, yay, I'm ready, you know. You know, yeah, okay, I don't have to do any work. No, you got to bust your ass, bust your booty. And then when you clear all that old junk out and all that old garbage and your old way of thinking, one of the other things that's really common with women that I read in these romance relationships and twin flames and soulmates, is that you ladies have negative talk. You talk bad to yourselves, and you put yourself down, and a lot of that stuff you got growing up, or you know, along the way of life. People told you things, and you now, they're not there anymore, but guess what? You're running that tape through your mind. And, you know, you're your worst enemy, and you need to let go. You need to stop. Cancel, delete, whatever, you know, whatever it is. As soon as you hear that voice, and you know that voice is your, you know, it's like a best friend. Like, you know it. Once you start hearing it talk, you know it, and you just got to click, stop, delete, and that's it. And don't do that to yourself, you know, because then you're not being your best friend, and you have to be your best friend, because nobody's going to help you out. Nobody's going to do stuff for you except for you.
Well, I want to give a couple of shout outs. So I've got some more people. I got some comments I wanted to be able to read out.
Okay, cool.
I've got Eagle 2 Inspired, and I know she's in Paris, so woo! I love Paris. Favorite city. Taz is saying, and Michelle Lee is like, you got to do the work. Everybody know. We all know here. If we're all here, it's because we're on our spiritual path. So we know you've really got to dig deep, and we've really been doing that. I've seen so many people change over the last few months, and a lot of, sometimes my readings would come out like, okay, they asked me for twin flame, but what would come out was like, no, you really need to focus on, you know, letting go of that hurt, that forgiveness, you know, you know, so it's like always, you could do this better, or, you know, we're trying to lead you towards this. So definitely when the twin flames, and then people say, oh, I'm like, oh man, no twin flame is coming up, but they're not ready. But now I see a lot of these people coming back to me, having another reading, going, I have somebody new in my life, and I'm like, hallelujah. I could see the vibrational shifts that have taken place within many of you. So I'm just like, so I feel like Mama Stash. I'm gonna have to take over from Mama Stash. You guys, I just want to give her a quickie shout out. You know that she's kind of gonna be disconnecting, not forever, not for always. She's gonna concentrate on her music. So I just wanted to let you know how wonderfully happy we are for you. And you know, I can't wait to like go and buy, you know, concert tickets, and you know, I better get a backstage pass. That's all I gotta say.
Definitely. We better be getting some backstage passes. We're first.
Then I've got some new people on. I've got Tuesday Babe. I've got Lady Naya's in the house. We got Jen Lozano, who's like, if you have not seen some of the stuff this girl does, she's like totally on fire. She's doing so great in Facebook, and you know, I've seen the energies just from last month, just like, you know, go through the roof with so many people. Sylvie's comment, she's so funny. She goes, when we were talking about, you know, what you're bringing into your life, you know, Taz was saying, if you want a true flame, and then you expect them to be their authentic self too. So you can't just like be hiding behind your mask and not be your authentic self. You also have to do it so that the other person doesn't feel like he's giving it all and you're just, you know, in your same old. And let's see, we got
and I was going to mention that you know, during the spell that we're going to do, we're going to write down attributes of what we want in our partner, in our future partner, or in our twin flame. And you know, one of my favorite things is, well, do you give those things? Do you have those things to offer? You know, well, I want this, and this, and this, and this. Okay, well, do you have that stuff? Do you have those things? You want somebody who's got a good job. You know, you want somebody who's trustworthy. You want somebody who has a sense of humor, who's responsible. Do you have these characteristics that, you know, you want in this list that, you know, of what you want? And you have to make sure that you have these things to offer as well. Like, you just like you said, you can't just come into it and be like, okay, this is what I want, and then you're not doing anything. You're just like, oh, I'm just gonna be me. You know, it's like, oh no, you ain't that special, girl. You got to work it.
Angel Eyes was just saying how she met she thinks her twin flame many years ago, but still hasn't gotten to know. So I was just gonna write it, but I think I'll just say it. If you think you've met your twin flame and it's not happening, then you have to sit also and think and ask your guides and go within and ask, what is it that I'm doing that is blocking my twin flame from coming to me? What do I need to release? What do I need to let go of? And, you know, because we just reflections, others are just reflections of what you have inside. So he may not be ready, that may be the case, but that doesn't mean you stop living. I mean, you've got to be on your path. That's another thing that comes out a lot in twin flames. You will meet your twin flame when you are on your path. When you are on your path of that is truly authentic to you, that you are living in your passion, living in your joy, and that's when it comes in. That's when it comes in.
Right. I was just thinking something very, very similar along those lines. And you know, one of the things that I always get nervous with is that the women that I read for, they want to wait. They want to wait for him to come back. And it's like, no, you have to live your life. Like, you have to you can't just wait for him, and, then you're putting everything on hold. You're not opening yourself up for other relationships, and this is how I say it, is like, keep on doing your thing, date other people, keep yourself open, keep that energy going, that flow going. And if he decides to come back into your life, then you have to make that decision. Okay, you know what? Do you deserve to be in my life? What do you have to offer me? I've been waiting on the sideline here, and what do you have to bring to the table? What do you have to offer me that I should, that I had to wait? Because that's a lot of the women that I read for, is that they've met their twin flame, and things happened, and it's like, okay, that's, it's good that you met your twin flame, but that doesn't mean that you have to that's it, you can't exist anymore, you can't live your life because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm waiting for him to come back, okay, and you just can't do that. You just have to live your life, and then when, and they will come back. Let me tell you, twin flames, they will always be in your life, even if you're married with somebody else, and you couldn't make it work with them, they will always be crazy synchronicities where you will either bump into him, or you'll get him on the phone, or he'll be at your door, and it's the crazy thing. So one thing you never have to worry about is that it's not like if he's not going to be a part of your life, because he'll always be jumping into your life, whether or not you make a go of it or not. So, I mean, at least that's, it's something. But, you just can't sit there and wait.
I was thinking of this song. There's a salsa song that's done by a famous Cuban salsa singer who's passed away. But she says, lo que es para ti, nadie te lo quita, which means what is for you, nobody can take away from you. Mm-hmm. So what is yours and will be yours from now to the end of time. So I think that's one of the things that is happening now by this inner work is, and some of the messages I've been getting in the last few days is that your abundance and everything that you have is already there. So it's not going anywhere. It's just waiting for you to open up to it. That's all. It's waiting for you to make that shift of perception, that shift of okay, I deserve it. I am worthy. I am loving. And you'll see that our spell. Can I show them where we got our spell for today before we go
definitely.
into it?
I was going to ask you to do that.
Okay, so where I took the spell from, it came to me, and I'm not a witch or anything, but I love these little cards. They're the Magical Spells by Lucy Cavendish, who I know all of you love her cards, so I'll have to get some. And the spell card that I picked is the number 26 card, which is True Love Come to Me. So this is what we're going to be working on today. Oh, Sylvie's like, romance cards.
Oh, girl, they're right here, baby. They're right here. Okay, that's exactly where I was going. Okay, so the first card, very appropriate. Free yourself. Okay, now if you look at the unicorn, if you can see here, he's been through a battle. He's been bitten. This is if you look right here, those are little spots where he's been bitten. Or she's been bitten, and she's laying down, and the fence is only about 2 feet high. And a lot of you guys that I did readings for, this card comes up a lot. And the unicorn is laying down, and the fence is only about 2 feet high, and it thinks it can't jump the fence. It thinks that it's trapped. And this card always reminds me of the Eight of Swords. And you're not trapped. Yeah, you've been wounded. There's no doubt about it. You've been hurt. You've been wounded. But you know what? They're teeny tiny little dents and little marks in your life. And you can jump the fence and you can free yourself. And you just have to come to the realization that, like I said, like I wrote in the paper, that you are strong enough to withstand it. Yes, things are going to happen. Life is going to, sometimes it's going to knock you down. And you have to believe that you are woman enough and you are strong enough to, wipe the tear away, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep on going, okay? So then the next card, and you guys, I love this card. It's so hot. It's so hot. It's passion. And it says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And what this really means, okay, obviously it's like a romance cover, right? And I love that he's an angel and she's not, and she's human. That's hot to me, okay? But what it says is that when you have passion in your life, not just for your man or not just for another person, when you're living your passion, when you live passionately, everything is amazing and wonderful, and of course, you get knocked down and you pick yourself up and you go, you know what? It's all right. I'm okay. And you find the passion in your life and you live like that. That really invites things into your life. It invites people in your life. People want to be around you. So it's not just passion about being with another man. It's just like you are a passionate woman, and that's very, very sexy, and it's very attractive. It's very assertive, it's a real attraction. Okay, and then the last card I got, woohoo, soulmate card. I love it. And yes, this is your soulmate. So this is just a confirmation that, if you free yourself and you do the work and you live life, I mean, really live it, embrace it, enjoy it, that vibration is going to be attractive to everybody, but especially to other men, because you're just living in the moment. And you're not holding on to anything. You're just living day to day and say, you know what? What's today bringing me? What's today bringing me? And if you have a shitty day, it's your attitude, and you have to, you have to just, if something happens, you know what? You have to be like a duck with water on its back. Just let it, just be like, okay, you know what? That's all right. Wipe it off and move forward and just live passionately. And that thinking is going to be, it's just going to raise your vibration, and it's just going to make you really attractive to everybody, and especially to men, to have somebody come in, somebody who, a woman who's sexy and sensual in her own right, and is a passionate woman. That's hot. That's sexy. So that's your reading, guys. And for the readings, I was reading the book that comes with this, and what you could say is, you want Archangel to come in and cut your cords. Cut your ties to things. You want Archangel Raphael to heal you, to help you heal, to heal the old wounds and the old hurts and any feeling of loss that you may have. And then you ask for Jophiel, and she'll bring in beauty into your life. And then you can ask for Raguel, who is helps with harmonious relationships, and and you can make that part of your little mantra, your little prayer every day as you're working through your stuff, and you say, okay, I'm doing the work. This is what I need from you guys, and that you can work with that every day.
Guys, I just wanted to share. I pulled 2 cards from my Angels of Atlantis, and one Archangel came out. Let me put this over here. And the first card, it's Zafkiel with ecstasy. How's that for you?
I love
what
Zafkiel.
Is ecstasy? Divine ecstasy is the feeling of passion for your spiritual growth, for your inner growth, for doing what you're supposed to be. Look at how, again, synchronistic, everything, is working together to really tell us that we're being transformed into our higher selves. Actually, I wanted to put into this new moon energy that's coming this weekend. This new moon energy is really going to rocket ship us into like these super energies. And
that's okay.
And we are right in the middle between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. The Chinese New Year's, the water dragon, the water snake is, I know that Bella kind of knows more about that stuff than I do, but these energies are really, really going to be forceful. They're going to they're really going to work with you if you are surrendering your ego and you are listening to your higher self. That is such a huge message. And it's not only such a huge message, it's if you don't do it, wow, you're going to be really left behind. You're going to be left in the dirt, okay? And I don't think any of us here that are on today, this is why you're here, because you want to be, you are the leading edge creators. You are leading edge co-creators in your life. You are light bearers. You are light workers, and you lead the way for many, many others. I mean, I've been getting messages lately from people like, oh, I've watched you from the beginning. I'm like, I never knew this person watched. I didn't know who they were. And it was just because they sent me a little inbox message. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. I didn't realize that. So, so you'll find that there's a lot of things that are coming into play now. I think a lot of us have this anticipation, like we know something's happening.
Right.
Something big is coming. We just don't know what it is, and we're just like gearing up. So what you have to do to be able to receive those energies is to really go within and be centered and balanced. I don't think I can emphasize it enough. Really, it's so important, because by trusting, I know that's one of my big things. By trusting, believing, and having faith that you are taken care of, that you deserve it, that you are worthy, that today's message in my blog and my declaration was, you are unique. There is no one else like you. So you are the favorite because you're you. You know, I always tell my kids, I have a boy and a girl, and I always tell them, well, you know, you're my best son and you're my best daughter. You know, there's one and one. I love you the same, but there's no difference, and that's the way the universe sees us. We're all number one to them. Now, the next card I pulled out, I think it's really beautiful because there's our candles, romance, again with Raphael. When I just saw this, I'm like, woo! Our candle ceremony. Oh, Bella just you know, corrected me. It's the black water snake, and it says that it's the best affirmative energies that we have, but we have to work with spirit, not with ego. And that the awakenings that are coming into play. So here's our beautiful romance card. So not only do we have ecstasy, passion, but we have romance. These are all elements of true flames, folks. It's all together. It's not one thing or another. It all works together.
That's awesome. And that's definitely another thing that, you know, we've talked about before, and you have to start meditating. I'm sorry, I know you guys don't like it, but there's so many different ways and so many different things on YouTube, and you were telling me that Lisa Beachy is she's the bomb. She's the bomb, okay? Yes. And she makes meditations for moms, I think is her channel on YouTube. And she makes every kind of freaking meditation you can think of, okay? And if that doesn't do it for you, then there's the Daz Bar.
No, I was just going to say, wait, Daz Bar too.
I love Daz Bar.
Those meditations are a little bit longer, but guess what, guys? It's time to go to the longer meditations. I hate to tell you. The 5 or 7 minute ones are good if you need a quick little pick-me-up, but you need to do half-hour meditations. And let me tell you, do a 20-minute meditation and sit in silence for 10 minutes, okay?
And you'll feel a difference.
I know it's like, oh my God, what do I do? But by the time you finish your 20-minute relaxation meditation, it can be guided, which are great. I love guided meditations. But guess what? It's not your inner sets. It's somebody else's. You've got to take the time to listen to yourself. Period. End of story. That's the way it goes.
And
we've got another new person that's joined us. Tarot Oracle. Yeah, she's like, meditation rocks. It does.
Oh, that's it. Really, and you know what? First of all, I had to go through so many obstacles to be able to meditate. I have like a short attention span. I have a billion kids that are running around, you know, constantly calling me, or, you know, I have 3 older children and then 5 that are at home. So I have 8 kids altogether. And then, you know, I'm trying to do my business. And I was trying for a while to do the Daz Bar has one that's a Kundalini, beautiful meditation. And I could never do it with a playlist, so I did it like in 5 minutes, like 4 to 6 minutes. There's 5 parts. And I used to do that, and I finally got to a point where, you know, I could, all right, first I could do the 4 minute one, part one. Then I got to the point where I could do the 2. So you have to do what works for you. But I have to tell you that the biggest results that I got was when I went for a solid, you know, 20 or 30 minutes. And I never thought that I could do it, because I am constantly thinking about all the things that I have to do in a day, everything, you name it. And it's like, you know, it's like, oh, I have to do this, and, you know, and then I would have to like, okay, focus, you know, focus. And so that's why the guided meditations, when you have somebody who's walking you through it and telling you what to do, it just makes it a whole lot easier, because you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is put your headphones on and find 20 minutes of alone time. And listen, if you have to get up earlier in the morning, that's what I do. I get up, you know, I have to be up at 6 o'clock to get the kids off to school by 7. I get up earlier, and I tell myself, I don't set an alarm. And this is something I've always been good at, is to tell myself, okay, I want to get up at this time in the morning. And guess what? You'll wake up. If not, set your alarm and give yourself an extra 30 minutes. And it's going to be your part-time job. Yes, your part-time job, to make sure that you start meditating. And Lisa Beachy has a twin flame meditation. So if there's no other reason. I did
that last night. I said, I'm doing twin flame. He's coming, baby. That's it.
Yep. And if there's, that'll motivate you, because that, you'll sit your ass down and you'll be like, you know what? To get my twin flame, or to get a soulmate that's a romantic partner that I can, you know, be in a loving relationship with. Okay, yeah, you know what? That's because we all want to know, what's in it for me? Like, what am I, you know, that's how we are. We're human beings, and we always want to know, well, what am I going to get out of this? Well, you know what? If you do the twin flame meditation, that's going to motivate your ass to go ahead and, you know, sit your butt down, find the time to meditate. And I promise you, you will find, it's going to be tough. At first, you're just going to be like, you know, birds are chirping and crickets are like, and you're like, okay, I'm waiting, you know, nothing's happening. But then you have to do it like at least, you know, 4 or 5 times before you start seeing results. And my results were happening, they're happening after I meditate. And so that's why I didn't get it at first, because I was like, damn, you know, I'm really finally sitting down and doing this, and nothing, shit's happening. Like, nothing's happening. And then I noticed little things, like me being able to write that, you know, the opening that we did. I've never been able to do that before, but it didn't happen during my meditation. It happened afterwards. So, you know, that's another thing, is that you may be like, oh, I give up. I did it 3 times and nothing happened. You know, there's a shift, and it has, you know, there's a shift, and it has to take time, because, you know, for 30 years, you haven't been doing shit to raise your spirituality, and you haven't been doing anything to get yourself and to raise your vibration and to get in a group. So it takes a little time to get through your ego, and to get to the inner part of you. And then, you know, so you got to give it some time. So if it doesn't work the first couple of times, it's okay. You know, just keep doing it until it clicks. That's it. And, you know, that's going to be your guys' homework. That's what you have to do. You have to make the time for it. So anything you want to add?
I just want to give a shout out. Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Tarot Oracle, because if you have not seen this man's readings, they're amazing. So, and I love your reviews of the decks. Let me tell you, they are so informative, and just really, I think they're great. And he's like so down to the point, like, well, if you really want to keep doing this, you can, but you know, but it's not going to work. And I'm like, I love it. I love the honesty. I love, like, hey, it's not working. Switch over, do something new.
Yeah, so, it's like boom.
Thank you so much.
It's like, yeah, okay, do it. Oh, you know, sorry. And he curses in his videos, which I absolutely love that, because I'm like, that's so freaking real. I'm like, I can't wait. Every time he does a reading for someone, I'm like a little kid. I'm like, Oh, there he is! Oh my gosh, that's so great! And then it just cracks me up because he has that. Oh, I just love it. I just love it. It's
You know,
hysterical.
Debbie, we have so many people from all over the world. I'm so exciting.
Yes, yes.
We just got this one lady. Her name is Ann Dixon, and she's from Glasgow, Scotland. Of course, we have Stasha's Ireland. We have, I think, Lovey
Paris?
Agley. Are you in Spain by any chance? Maybe I'm mistaking you for someone else, but if I'm not, and then I know that
Paris? France.
yeah, Florence is in Paris. So this is, and then of course
It's
all over the U.S.
amazing.
and Canada. So, and I already talked, and you, Earth Mother, Facebook me today. She's like, I'm going to bed. It's 1:30 in the morning. I'll see you when I get up.
She'll
She's
watch
so
it.
sweet. Her shout outs for us. Did you
Oh,
see
I
that
saw
this
that. That
morning?
was so cool. And you know
Oh
what?
my
I didn't.
gosh.
This is so funny. Okay, because I'm a real dingbat, people. I am really dingy. Okay, I put up a good front, but I'm a little dizzy sometimes. So I've been watching Orb's 66 videos, and that's her sister. And I'm like,
Yeah. It's
God,
actually her twin sister.
I know. And I'm like, she sounds just like Mandy. I'm like, this is really scary. And then it finally clicked because she said in her video, her last video, that she mentioned her sister's Orb 66, and I'm like, oh my God, no wonder why they sound exactly alike. I mean, it's uncanny, uncanny. So that's really, really awesome. But okay, so what I wanted to do is to go over real quick. E.G. Crowley, 74, and a lot of you are familiar with her. Elizabeth, she also is into, like, just started getting into doing twin, getting into the twin flame phenomena. She has met her twin flame. She's not with her twin flame. She's at least, and there's a couple women that I know who are in touch with their twin flames, but they're never going to make a go of it. It's just not, it's not going to go there. But what she did, she mentioned a book, and she did a video on it too. If you guys want to watch it, if you go to her videos and you hit twin flame, and you'll see one of her sitting outside, and she also has a link to this woman's book, and I didn't get her whole name. I know it's Elizabeth something, and but if it's called Soulmates and Twin Flames, I believe, and she'll have a link to it, and you'll get the information that I'm going to tell you right now. And what it is this is what a woman wrote a book, and she has some parts in there where you can actually do something soul to call in your soulmate. And so it says, so you'll need a picture of yourself, and if you have one with your aura, that's even better. But if you don't have one with your aura, then you just get your favorite picture where you're like sexy and hot and all that, and you really like how you look in the picture. And it says, and then you say the following. It says, in the name of mighty I am presence, I call now for the victory of my twin flame, for the cutting free of my twin flame by the power of the mighty blue flame and the sword of Archangel Michael. Legions of light, come into action now. Wherever my twin flame is, cut him or her free. Cut me free. Cut us free now to fulfill the divine plan and attain union in the level of the Christ and the level of our chakras. And it be the will of God, draw us together in a lifetime service. We thank you and accept it done this hour in full power according to God's will. Amen. And you say this. It's beautiful. I love it.
I just got chills like all up and down my arm.
Oh, it's amazing. And I just had to, I remembered this when we were doing the twin flame, and I pulled up the video, and it says, you say this decree, because it's a decree, and you say this 3 times or more with as much feeling and devotion as you can. And then there's a refrain afterwards that will really blow your mind, okay? And it goes like this. Light's protection manifest, holy brotherhood in white, light of God that never fails, keep us in the perfect sight. I am, protection's mighty power. I am, guarded every hour. I am, perfection's mighty shower. Manifest, manifest, manifest. Then the second part is, Lord Michael, mighty and true, guard us with thy sword of blue. Keep us centered in the light's blazing, armor shining bright. And then there's a third part. Around us blaze thy sword of faith, mighty power of holy grace. I am invincible, protection always pouring from thy dazzling rays. I mean, it's really, really cool. So the power, I feel like the
Let me
power,
tell
the
you,
words.
I am so, like, all my hair standing on, and that is so powerful. You definitely have to write it down on the comments later so everybody can have that, because that is
It's
amazing.
amazing. I love it,
I
and I'm
love
going to
that. Oh
use
my
I'm going to
gosh.
use part of this as the other parts where for protection spell
Yes.
you know, for setting myself up to protect my
Yes.
shield, and
Yep.
because you know we were getting that a lot, protect, clear and protect, you know, before me and Marion were well, I was getting messages about clearing and shielding and protecting my shield, and I said, you know what, something told me I have to tell Marion, and then Marion told Tony, and so it was like a message for everybody, and so it wasn't clicking, it wasn't working. Like I was trying to do it, and I was trying to clear my chakras, and I was trying to clear my shield, and you know, it kept telling me, you know, the card just kept coming out. It's all El Moria and the Ascended Masters, and the card kept popping out, and I was just like, okay, well, you know, I can't do it, so what's going on here? Help me out. And I was telling Marion that I was like in a half awake, half asleep state, and I felt like something scanned me. Like it was almost like if you ever see, you know, like somebody on a table, like a, you know, MRI or something like that, and you see like that blue laser that just scans them. And then finally after that, because I was like, help me out, help a sister out, please, you know, because I'm obviously not doing something right. And so you have to always make sure that when you do your meditations or when you're incanting or you're saying spells, make sure you protect yourself. And when I read these words, I was like, you know what? This is about calling your twin flame. But I'm going to use this for protection because I can feel the power from the words, you know. And so I thought that was really, really cool. And like I said, that's E.G. Crowley 74, and you can look her up.
I just wanted to put out there for everybody something that you and I were talking about. Oh, Miss Dragonfly's in Barbados. Hello.
Oh
That's
my
right.
God,
She's
she
going to be
made
starting a store there. Stasha, you got to hook up with her for all the stuff that you've got left over. Get in touch with Miss Dragonfly 888 because she wants to start a store. And I had told her, like, you need to go out to these Etsy stores, like, you know, and look at the products and, you know, make deals with the people, like, you know,
Definitely.
so you don't, if you're just starting, you're not going to buy like 50,000 boxes of something, you know. So that supports everybody else on who's on YouTube, who has their Etsy stores and has unique items that they make at home, like handmade candles. Like Taja's got all those little, you know, her little, what do they call the little figurines? And like she made for me like the little fairies and the little things like that. But I did want to say, for those of you who feel they need a little bit more than what is just a reading, okay? I know that Debbie works with spiritual guidance, with the tarot, and it could be something on, you know, on a follow-up basis that you guys do, like a mentoring. You know that I have my monthly mentoring on my website. Debbie is also really, really wanting to get, I'm just pushing you out there, okay? I'm your soulmate. So I'm pushing her out there. She wants to start doing this, and she can do this. She has been doing it, but she does it through like a little romance reading. No, she can, you can be accountable to her. You can be accountable to me. We will make sure you're doing what you say you're going to do, okay? And I've been working with several new people now on the monthly mentoring. As a matter of fact, today I've got to post a video of someone who couldn't do it in person, so they asked me for a video. Man, if you see this reading, it's like, last night I just like went to bed and threw myself in there. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Turn me over and poke me with the fork. But so we're available to you guys for that. That is my life path, is to make sure that I can inspire as many of you as possible to work and be in your authentic path, because once you're on that, everything else flows.
Everything else opens up.
Whether it's finance, whether it's relationships, children, whatever it is. I know that Debbie and myself are here for you guys to really, you know, help you out and get you to that next level, because as you ascend, we all ascend. Okay, that's the whole point of doing these empowerment things, of doing these ceremonies, is really to empower you, to tell you you are a healer within yourself. You can do this, and sometimes you just need a little somebody, to back you up and give you a little guidance. We all have our own coaches. We all talk to each other like, I'm having a bad day, help me out here. And, or, hey, pull a card for me. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this. So we all have, that's part of being here on earth. This is what we're supposed to do. And this community, if we truly want this YouTube community to be a reflection of who we are, and we are not drama, we are cooperative, we are loving, we are supportive, we are sharing. We share our knowledge, we share our gifts. So, and I'm so happy to see many of you others just starting on your path. I have to give one more shout out, and I know we're running late, but hey, I don't care. It's for Messiah Curry. I don't know if you've seen her on Google Plus. Oh my God, this girl is on fire. And I've been seeing her stuff, and I said, you know what, let me go see what she's doing. And her whole blog, her whole emphasis is her journey, about finding love within herself and her twin flame, and just love in general. I'm like, what? That is awesome.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to give her a shout out for that. Check her out on Google Plus. Go to her Facebook. She's really doing some nice stuff. She's, I saw her last year, and in December after that shift, she just went boom up to the top.
Yeah, so, and she's part of I think she's part of Dark Witches. And she she also does radio spots where you can call in and be part of her radio call, which is live.
Well, she asked me to be on her radio show, so we're gonna probably do something with her later on that. I was like, really? Me? And I think we're heading in that direction. I think that's something I'm gonna look into too. Something fun.
I think so too. And along the lines of the mentoring, I haven't put it on my website yet, but I'm going to, because one of the things I did was I bought the book Calling in the One, which is that workbook. And so what I'm thinking of doing, and maybe I don't know, I'm always just thinking of ideas. I'm going to do a private Google Hangout Plus with anyone who wants to do the work in the workbook. And I haven't figured it all out yet, but it'll definitely be private. It'll also be paid for, so I haven't figured out pricing or anything like that. Of course, it's not going to be outrageous or super expensive. And what I'll do is it is holding you accountable, and you can you'll be able to email me. You'll get private time with me on the Google Plus Hangout to see where you're at, and and you have to do the work, and the workbook, if you need to, like, I can get it in PDF form and send it to you, and we can go over it. So that's something I was definitely thinking about. So I'm glad you said that. Now, okay, so we're at the end of it. So I want to turn this around for you guys. Hopefully, I'm going to show you the Now, remember, I'm working with a laptop, so let's see if I can. I want to show you the altar again real quick.
Woohoo, look at that. That's gorgeous.
So look at that. I'm just going to talk, because as I'm talking, it keeps the picture in the frame. And there's Lisa's love doll. Her name is Ladybug. And so she's helping us out. And then here's all the candles. Now, I'm going to have to look to see who these are, but can you see these four that they're already developing wax?
That's amazing.
See, the other ones aren't. No, and these are. So we're going to have to see whose those are. But and then there's the mirror for the spell. So I'm going to set you guys up here. There we go. I'm just going to put you on the table. Guys, I had to use 2 different tables. I had to bring in my patio table to get this done. So thank God it comes in 2 parts, because otherwise I don't know if I would have been able to do it. Okay, so.
That's so beautiful. And I love the reflection in the mirror, Debbie.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes, right, so, infinity. Love it.
All right, so let me say what you need for this spell. I'm sure I wrote it down somewhere.
Do you want me to read it out while you write down what it is? Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, so what you're going to need, guys, is you're going to need a red paper, a purple pen, a red working candle, and that's why this candle, if you see, it's in the crystal grid by itself. This is my working candle, but also this is somebody's candle, and I'll tell them who they are after the Google Plus Hangout. So I'm using a working candle, but this is somebody's actual candle. I'll let you know who you are, okay? And then you're also going to need a mirror. Now, guys, I grabbed this from my mom's house, okay? And it has somebody's initials on the back, and I'm kind of nervous to work with it because I'm like, I don't want to invoke anything, but I really wanted a real mirror. And the initials on here, just to throw it out there, are MJM. So very, very interesting, okay? And so the words that I have to repeat, and I'm going to go through them real quick, and then she can follow up, because you have to say this 3 times. It's, I love my body for the blessing of freedom. I love my spirit for the blessing of wisdom. I love my heart for the blessing of sensation. I love myself as I am a divine manifestation of the God and the Goddess, blessed be. And of course, you have to write it down 3 times. For the sake of speed, I wrote it down twice. I'm going to write it down again, and then I'm going to put in the picture of the card. Remember the card that we picked to be ourselves? Okay?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
All right, so I'm going to write that down real quick, and then I'm going to put the card on there, and you'll see who she is to represent us. Of course, she's beautiful and gorgeous.
Of course, so, just like all of us.
Yeah, so here she is. This is her right here, and she's going to she's the High Priestess of Earth. And just beautiful. This is from the oh, I don't know.
What is it? The House of the Night?
The House of the Night or something like that. Wisdom of Night. And I just love these. But look how, I mean, she's just gorgeous. And they're all vampires, guys. Okay, so I'm going to put her picture there. And so that's what you do. You're supposed to tape it, but of course I didn't want to ruin my tarot card, my oracle card. So I just put her on there. But I love her with the red background. It's just gorgeous, you know.
You know what I need everybody to do real quick while you're going to show the other picture, is we're supposed to write down the qualities in the type of person and the type of twin flame that you would like.
Yes, have them put them in the comments.
Give me some comments so I can have Debbie add them to them. Yeah, I know I want a spiritual person, so write that down. Now everybody else can take a pic. Oh, and Michelle Millie's joined us. Awesome.
So I'm writing the last, the 3rd refrain, because I only wrote it twice so that we could kind of do this quickly. So I'm just writing writing it out real quick. That I love my body for the blessing of freedom. And then we'll write on the back of it. Okay, and then so we want somebody who's spiritual.
Right.
I would say, anybody else throwing anything out there? What do you guys want in a man?
I don't know. Remember, we're on a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to type it up, see if they can give it to me.
Okay, and I'm going to read the spell out loud 3 times in front of the mirror, because that's what you can, and then you can get the comments, okay? So, and as I'm doing this, I am thinking about all my ladies. This is for you. This is not for me. So I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking, and I want you guys also to right now just kind of take a couple deep breaths and to focus in on what your intentions are, what is your desire, and what are the attributes of the man that you want to come into your life. And then I'm going to read this 3 times, okay, because that's how the spell works. I love my body for the blessing of freedom. I love my spirit for the blessing of wisdom. I love my heart for the blessing of sensation. I love myself as I am a divine manifestation of the God and the Goddess. I love my body for the blessing of freedom. I love my spirit for the blessing of wisdom. I love my heart for the blessing of sensation. I love myself as I am a divine manifestation of the God and the Goddess. I love my body for the blessing of freedom. I love my spirit for the blessing of wisdom. I love my heart for the blessing of sensation. I love myself as I am a divine manifestation of the God and the Goddess, blessed be. All right, guys. So now here's our hunk. This is our man. This is who we want. This is him, Hottie Patati, right here. He's a vampire. He's got tattoos on him, and he has one yellow eye and one brown eye, which is really kind of sexy. Oh boy. I like that. So I'm gonna put him on the other side of the paper.
All right. Well, they haven't given me some yet, but let's go ahead and put down his traits like spiritual, passionate.
Passionate, definitely. Passionate, sense of humor.
Sense of humor, yes, got to make you laugh. Romantic.
Oh, definitely.
So we got to make sure we got all of these things too, you know.
Right, that's right.
Intelligent. Gotta be able to talk to him, folks.
Responsible. Somebody who's responsible. Somebody who's honest.
Honest.
How about the big one, monogamous?
Yeah. King. Like, you know, and accepting of who you are, you know, accepting who you are authentically.
Accept you for who you are. Oh, and how about, this is a big one, a communicator, someone who actually speaks, who tells you what he feels, who tells you what he wants.
Yep. I don't know why this is not updating.
Okay, so you can't really see it, but here's, oh, you can't see it at all. Wow. No. I promise you there are words on here. But this is the list of what I'm gonna put this up for a second, maybe that will help. Okay, there we go. There's the here's the words, and then here's our hunk. Here's our man who we want, and he's the warrior, baby. He could be a warrior for me anytime. Okay, now I'm gonna go back and let you see this. And these 4 candles right here are ridiculous. They are pouring. Everything else is quiet, and then these have a ton of wax on them. Like,
that's crazy. What is it with you and the 4 flames?
I don't know, but I'm so, oh my gosh, if you guys did not see that video, I wish I could have done a better job, but I was so excited. I had a tapered candle just like that, and the candle, the wick had popped down onto the candle holder, and I was like, oh my god, that's so exciting, that's really, really cool, even though it was a baby flame at the bottom. And then there was the regular, and then the tapered candle was still here. So then I went back into the room a couple minutes later, and that the wick had fallen into 3 other places, and so in 2 other places. So I had 4 flames going on at one time, and then, like, just like somebody said, oh, it was like a countdown. It was like a countdown. It went 4, 3, 2, 1, just like that. It just, the candles, it just dropped. The flame just went from 4 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 1, like it did a countdown, and then it snuffed out. It was really, really crazy, and that's one of the most awesome things. And I'm hoping that, you know, that had a lot to do with what we're working here, and, you know, what we wanted to manifest for you guys. So, all
right, listen, I got some words for us here.
Good.
And okay, we've got let's see. Okay, we got loving and compassion. We already said that. Then we have honest. We said that. Sense of humor, kind, compassionate, loving and caring, trustworthy, trusting. That's a big one. Like 4 people came up with that one.
Wow.
So we have trustworthy, authentic, genuine, nice, loving, caring, affectionate, spiritual, clever man. There we go. She's got it clearly defined. Another big thing, guys. Clarity of what you want is really important, because if you're not clear and focused, I mean, God can just send you whatever old thing because you're not really telling what you want. We've got somebody creative, artistic.
Ooh,
for
nice.
Sure. And we're missing a big one. I gotta laugh. Here we go. Oh, wait, I just missed it. Oh, Jennifer says she adds open heart, humor, trustable, passionate, spiritual, and great in the sack. Woohoo!
Woo! Yeah,
Definitely.
girl. That's it right there. Look, there he is.
Yeah, that could work. That could
Yeah,
work.
let's see if we can get him up here.
Taz is coming in with playful. And somebody wants calm, flexible. Okay, so that's good. So he's like go with the flow type of guy, you know.
Yeah.
Now let's see what else we got here.
Good in bed.
Okay.
I'm writing good in bed.
Michelle's going real specific. Okay. Well, that's it. You keep him in your sights, Michelle. She's right. A beautiful blonde, a fresh virgin.
Oh, yeah. Good luck with that.
Unless he's like 10, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly. Oh, okay.
Although I
So
have to say, my daughter today is at a Valentine's Day dance. And there's like 20 girls in the class and like 4 guys, you know. So, she came to me yesterday. She says, he asked me to the dance. That girl, let me tell you, my daughter manifests whatever the hell she wants. So I gotta take some lessons from my 8-year-old. Okay, that's it for sure. She's like, no doubt. There was no doubt in her mind that guy was coming for her, and he's like, you know, the one that all the girls love. So she goes, I got him, and they don't.
well, let me tell you, when we
I'm
did,
like, Lord help me.
when I used to do real estate, one of the things that they would say is take example from your kids. They never take no for an answer.
No.
Ever. Have you ever seen a kid that you said, no, you can't do this, that they don't fight for what they want? I mean, they just go on and on and on. And, you know, they would tell us that that's what you guys have, you know, that's what you have to learn how to do. Learn from your children, you know. And it's so true. They will ask you something 100 times. Can I go? Can we 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 go? And it's just like, all right.
Well, I don't know how you do it. You've got 8 saying it to you. I would have like pulled all my hair out by now.
No, you gotta nip it in the bud, man. All right, so let's say I wanted to say who we decided we were gonna tithe to.
Oh yeah, okay.
What's her full name? It's Muchi.
I don't know her full name. She's Michelle. She's in Australia. She's Mushiak. 43 or 48, I don't even know.
Something like that.
But she's like this guru. Like she's like Earth Mother, but like I don't even know what she looks like because all you see are her hands.
Mm-hmm.
But her readings are so like I could just sit there and listen to her all day long.
She's amazing. She's amazing, and she's I love her. You know, her hands are like small, but I just love because she's always like doing this over the card, and I'm just like, for me, I feel like she's directing something, like she's pulling something through, and she always goes like this with the card, and she goes, I like this over here, and I'm like following her hands. I'm like, wow, because you can feel that there's power coming through there, like she's doing something. I don't know what, but that's who we are. We and it's so funny because we always think alike, and we both were like, you know, we thought of the same person. I really, really like her, and she has no clue. I don't even think I've ever left any comments on her. I don't even know. Have you? Okay, so then you can inbox her and let her know.
You're like, by the way, we're tithing to you.
Yeah, just so you know. You know, you don't know me. You don't know who I am, but I'm tithing to you. And it's Mushi, S-M-U-S-C-H-I-E, right? Mushi?
I think it's S-H-I-E-C. But go to if you go on to my YouTube channel, I subscribe to her. She's like crazy great. I mean, I'm going to put her in her favorite.
If you guys want, because I know we're always looking for new people, you know, who do good readings. I know I'm always on the hunt. I'm always on the hunt. And so if you want somebody to, you know, new to you know, watch their channel, I think she only does once a week, which is fine. You know, nobody needs to do it 100 times a week because she's so powerful that you're like, you just love it, you know. And so we're each gonna tithe to her because, you know, we think she's amazing, and I am 99.5% sure she does not have a website. She doesn't have an Etsy shop or anything. I've never seen it if she does, and I've never heard her talk about it. So I think it's good to give back to somebody who does this because they love it, they love us, and they don't get anything out of it. And so I thought that'd be really, really cool to, you know, to give her a little surprise. I think she's gonna love it, you know. And like I said, she doesn't even know me. She has no, I've never commented on her. So I'm gonna give you one last shot to look at. I'm gonna do an up close of the altar, and then what I'll do is I'll make sure, um, I'll try and do another, either take a picture of it, or because my kids will be home, so
Yeah.
it'll probably be too loud. So I'll take a picture of it as it gets down to the bottom, and then this way you guys, and you know, for me, let me tell you, I love candle magic. So to have all these candles lit at one time is just freaking
Right.
awesome. I love it. So let me give you guys one last look at this. And there's my grid. And like I said, amethyst, that's where my power comes from. So, and I have little flowers over here.
That amethyst chunk you have there is so amazing.
Oh, I love this one. Oh, I didn't even like that one too. And I have another one here. And then an overview and my fan. I love this little fan. That's my fan for
Oh,
Oshun.
that's beautiful.
So, and then look at these. These guys are just, I can't believe how the wax is
That's
just
crazy.
I'm gonna have to see who
Come
I'm gonna see
together.
if who,
Is
yeah,
it
I'm gonna have to
fused
see who they
together?
are.
That's what it looks like.
Oh,
Yeah. See who they are, because I'm going to announce real quick. I said I was going to, yesterday I kind of decided at the last second that I'm going to give away 2 twin flame readings. And I've actually kind of decided to do 2 people that I don't really know too well that have been on here and kind of been commenting with us all afternoon. So I'm going to pick Per Boogaloo, and I'm going to pick La Vie Aigre Douce. So that's life is sweet and sour in
okay,
French.
cool.
So
And you know
for
what?
you
I
two
totally
guys,
forgot that I said that anybody who's new, who hasn't, because at the full moon I did a bunch of I did like 11 I've done 11 readings, and I need a couple more people who didn't get back to me. Taz, you're one of them. I keep trying to track you down, so make sure you get in touch with me so we can figure out your reading. But anybody who didn't get a reading at the full moon, our last event, if you would like a free reading, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know if you want a free reading. And this, you know, I usually do, and everybody can tell you on there, I usually do 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and, you know, I kid you not when I say that, you know, my readings are usually a little life-changing, and they really, really
yeah.
get you, you know, they kind of spank your ass a little bit, but they really get you motivated and get you where you need to go. And, you know, I expect a lot, you know, from people that I get readings from, and because I always ask them to give me updates and let me know, you know, okay, what did you do? You know, did you do what you were supposed to, and did you do the homework, and did you work on yourself? You know, everybody has different things, so yeah. So if you want a free reading and you didn't get one at the full moon, I think we did a couple weeks ago, then you know, throw your comment out there, and I will do a free reading for you. Okay. All
By the
right, guys.
way, everybody's totally in love with the altar. They're just like
I'm in love with it. I'm in love
I
with
am
it, and I
too.
just you know, the thing is, I was telling Marion today, I never thought, I thought I had 5 of my own little candle holders. And I thought I was good with that. I was like, okay, great. You know, we'll get 5 people, and you know, then well, maybe we'll get 4 people, and I'll use one candle holder as my working candle. And you know, every time Marion would tell me, we got another donation, we got another donation, I'm starting to freak out because I'm like, oh my God, I don't have enough candle holders. So I had to go to my mom's house. She doesn't even know. I ran down to my mom's house, and she's like a candle freak. So I went and I just rummaged through her drawers, and I stole her little candelabra that's on her fireplace, and I'm just like, she's probably gonna be like, what? Where did everything go? You know? And I was like, this is an emergency. This is urgent. I gotta run down here and get some candle holders, because you know, I kept buying the candles, and I'm like, Dad, where are you gonna put all this stuff? Like, okay, you gotta figure it out. So I'm really overwhelmed by how many people, you know, decided to do this. And you know, and I you know, I really take it personal. Like, you know, this wasn't like, oh, you know, I'm just going to light some candles. Great. Okay, great. Bye. You know, like I really have been putting a lot into this and you know, the meditations and just the intentions. And so, you know, I really did it for you guys. So, and I'm glad that there were so many people who, you know, who really liked this, you know, and really got something out of it.
Yeah. I know that this has been, I think this has been one of our best ones, I have to say, if I do say so myself.
Right. If I don't say so myself, the last one and this one.
I just love the interaction we've had today. Thank you guys so much for your honesty, for sharing, for really, you know, coming up and being supportive and participating with us, because I think as we bring all of our energies together in a group, you guess what, guys? We're just going to go higher. So those twin flames, baby, they're just getting closer and closer. Woo-hoo.
I know, and so I am so I'm so glad you guys joined us, and I really was hoping that a lot of the people who wanted to be a part of it were actually able to get on at, you know, at the time that we were on. You know, I know there was some issue, like people weren't sure with the times and whatnot, so I'm glad that you ended up being on here and being a part of it, because I really felt like those of you who wanted, you know, who made the donations and wanted to be a part of it, that it would be really special if you could actually be here live with us, and be a part of it. And I think that we hit at least, we hit a good portion of those of you who wanted to be a part of it and donated. So I'm really glad that you could be with us and you know, be with us live and not have to watch this later as a video. Those of you who have to watch it later, you're here with us anyway, you know, because like I said, I put a lot of intention. I did not tell you guys, I wrote your names on all of the candles. So that's why I was saying those candles that are burning the quickest, if I can, I'm gonna I wrote your names on the candles. If it hasn't gotten to that part yet, I'll send you a message and let you know if that was your candle, if I can still read it. So yeah, you guys are on there. You know, you each have your own little candle. That's why I asked you guys to choose between red and pink, and everybody has their name on one candle. So all right, guys, I love you, and I hope that, you know, you manifest what you want. And oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I don't even want to go. I don't want to go.
Blessings to everyone. And take care of these, and take advantage of these new moon energies. Woohoo!
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.